You're quarterbacking it. Would I be playing wide receiver?
Oh, sweet 16, baby.
Dude, how lucky we were as Hawk fans. I looked at a meme, and since it's a meme, I assume it's accurate.
Oh, of
But like
course.
literally, like five of the last six Sweet 16s we've been in,
Yeah, but we're not in a basketball school.
not a basketball school, but five of the
Five of
last
the last three. Yeah.
six Sweet 16s.
And credit to Muss. He got three
Yeah,
of them. So
he did get three of them.
that's
The
right.
man, he did okay. He's doing all right. Not great
Yeah,
at
yeah,
USC.
yeah.
Not all right.
But
He's doing
hey,
some what?
we're at San Jose State now, ready to take
Dude,
on those
you no
Wildcats, and we
the
should
way
talk
you
about it,
just
Clint.
said Jose.
We should
Did
talk about
you
it.
no the way you just said? What are we gonna talk about?
We're going to talk about Sweet 16, baby.
We're gonna talk about Sweet 16th. Yeah,
We're
hey, you
going to
know what
talk
else we should talk
about,
about? Talk about a little baseball, maybe.
probably a little baseball,
And you know what I've been thinking about doing? I've been thinking about we're gonna talk about a little lemon pound cake.
Of course, why
Mama's
not?
Mama's lemon pound
Mama's
cake.
lemon pound cake.
You know what I
Because,
think Mama should do, Travis?
oh, I know what Mama should do.
Okay, first off, Mama should make me some lemon pound cake.
Praise, yes, sir.
And secondly, she should give this podcast a like
Yes,
on
sir.
whatever. If she's on Apple Podcasts, click that 5 star. Click it. Click it.
That's
She's
right,
on
Mama.
YouTube.
Grab them grandkids' tablet they play with all the time so
Yeah.
you can get on there and do a.
And you know what? I mean, in one way of sharing, because you should share too, Mama,
That's right.
is you get them grandkids and you should just pull it up on their tablets.
That's
Just
right.
like here you go, here you go. Help us boost
And get you
the
have them
views and
show
the
you how to
listens.
get a book face account and
Yeah. Snap
and then
space,
yeah,
snap,
and you can
yeah.
like it, you can share it, you can
Insta chat.
all that kind of
Anyway,
stuff. That's right.
um, and then they can, and then subscribe. That way, when it comes to, when we say, hey, get it on Insta chat or something,
That's
right,
right.
Travis?
That's right,
And then
baby.
last but not least, you know what Mama needs to do?
What should
Listen
she
to little
do?
Sean Michelle. Yeah, there
That's
you go.
right. How about some music?
1, 2, 3, 4. You ever seen a lame man walk? Ever heard a dumb man talk? Never seen a blind man see? I promise you a change his hand. You ever seen a cancer dead? Ever seen all the poor get fed? Ever seen a prisoner set free? I promise you a change his hand. My Lord, changes things. My Lord, changes
Many fine weather.
What's up, everybody? It's time. It is time. It is Sweet 16 time, and we're going to talk about it here on the Hawg Slop podcast. I'm your boy, Bigger T, joined as always by my man Big C, Clint Clark. How you doing, Clint?
Man, I am fantastic. I'm better than I deserve to be, and life is amazing. How
Are
about
you as
yourself, Mr. Joe?
pumped for basketball as I am right now?
Dude, how can you not be pumped?
Dude.
Now I don't want to bring up that we've got probably the number one team left. A lot of people picking Arizona, but hey, we're in the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
But there's the thing to do it. To win it, you got to be in it, and
that's
we're in
right.
it. We're in it. We
Hey,
may be the
man.
underdogs, but anyway,
We're
we'll talk
there.
more basketball
We're at
later.
the dance. We're working on it. We got our moves. We got our nice shoes on. You remember, Clint? I, let's chase a rabbit here, or
Okay, go
a
ahead.
little fodder here. Do you remember our first dance we had in junior high?
God, you see, here's the thing. Y'all went to a few before I did because my parents would
Okay.
not trust me out with such
Oh,
shenanigans.
so
So
in eighth grade you didn't go to the Valentine dance?
I doubt it. I don't think I did. No.
Oh man. Well, see, here's the deal. It's kind of a funny story.
Go ahead, tell me about it.
Well,
I wasn't there. Old wounds and
well,
such.
they had us go to the cafeteria at the junior high, right? And so and they had us a meal, which I mean, if you're gonna do eighth grade romantic Valentine meal, it's at your cafeteria at your middle school, right?
Did they have spaghetti?
It, probably. I don't remember. I don't remember what food we
That
had.
seems like a like wasn't that like always like they'd have a church, they'd have like a Valentine's spaghetti dinner.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I mean,
And
it seemed like they always had like the
yeah,
Valentine's spaghetti dinner.
and you're always wearing your newest white shirt for it.
Well, you're going to get spaghetti on it because you're going to get some red sauce on there.
That's right. But I remember me and Wes had worked on our dance moves for the dance. Okay, like
No, you and Wes had some dance moves
we
back in
would
the day.
practice. We would
Yeah,
practice before them. Okay, but this was our first dance ever, first one we ever went to. Right.
right.
Well, so we're and they had some speaker come in and talk about like love and abstinence and stuff like that beforehand. And then it was raining and we were going to go to the PE building. So you remember that's a long ways from the junior high cafeteria to the PE building. So, but it was raining. So they had buses outside the cafeteria so we could ride the buses over to the PE building so we wouldn't get wet in the rain. That was awful sweet of them. Well, on the way out, like a normal eighth grade boy, I took off running. And you remember there were steps going down to that parking lot at the end of
Yeah.
the middle school? Well, I decided not to run down the steps, which like some other people did. I ran down the grass on the side and busted my hind parts, dude. Like slid all the way down that hill. I busted it at the top and slid all the way down that hill. And dude, I was so embarrassed. And I don't know, I can't remember if I was all that muddy, but I thought I was really muddy from it. And so, like, and I had some brand new jeans on, had a brand new shirt on.
Right. Yeah. You were looking
I
dapper.
was
Like
looking as dapper as my little
Miss Betty had went to
pudgy.
JC Penney and spent at least
Yes.
$20.
I was probably sponsored by Arizona Jean Company, but not, okay?
Yeah, probably was. Probably was.
So I slid down that hill and I was so embarrassed, man. I could feel the wetness from the ground and everything. And you know what I did the rest of the night at that dance?
You just stood on in the
I
corner.
sat in the corner, baby. I
Yeah.
sat in the corner. My little poor little chubby self was over there just as embarrassed as all get out. So that was my first dance. Now, the Hogs are heading to San Jose,
San Jose, it is not their first dance,
and it's nothing to
but
be embarrassed about the way they got there.
no.
Because, some people are saying, well, we had kind of an easy route so far. Well, I don't think so, Clint.
No, I don't think so. High Point would win some games in the SEC. And so would Hawaii. But here's the thing: the only
Yeah.
thing you can do is play who's in front of you.
Yeah, that's right.
And what High Point was 33-4,
Yeah.
33-4, a 12 seed.
In the
They
Hawaii
beat,
game, you got to like that we did what we were supposed to do against them.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. We controlled that game. It never was really in doubt. You
Yeah.
just kind of handled business.
They were a quality team, but like you said, but we did what we were supposed to. But now go ahead on the high point. You were making a point with
No,
that.
High Point was a different situation. I feel like
Mhm.
just like I mean, you could dissect the Hawaii game,
Yeah.
but really, the High Point game, people had to step up
Yeah.
because it was Acuff was going down doing Acuff things, and their point guard was coming down the other end doing Acuff things, and they're going back and forth. So someone had to be the difference maker.
Yeah.
That's who was going to step up, and it turns out it's Malik Ewan is the one I believe he is why we're in the Sweet 16 right now. Without Malik Ewan, I don't know if we beat High Point. What do you think, Trav?
Well, I'll tell you, High Point had me nervous. Watching that first game, High Point, seeing Miller, their point guard, seeing the guy that hit his only 2-pointer of the year, but watching him shoot threes, highlights of him shooting threes, they had me nervous, man. They're shooting like Steph Curry type stuff with people
Yeah.
on them with no room to shoot, and they're drilling them, right? And so I'm like, man, if they get hot, we're in trouble, because they're going to be able to score with us, which, you know, if they would have got hot, we might have been. And I agree with it. Ewing played great. Okay. But
He
there's
played so
two
good.
guys that I want to point out that I think, well, I'm just, I love these guys. I mean, automatically, we're going to A cuff. I'm gonna
Yeah.
start using it already. We're A cuff, right? But Billy Goat,
Billy Goat.
I
No,
know we
no.
talk about him a lot. We bragged on him last week. We talked about how Bart Reed had told us about him. Look, he made some plays defensively in that game. He had two strips toward the last 3 minutes, I think, last 3 or 4 minutes down low, where he stole the ball, stripped the ball, knocked the ball out of the guy's hands. Those were big plays in the whole scheme of things. And I mean, and he just made plays. And Cal talked about it since then. I forget which interview I watched, but Cal talked about this. And he asked Billy, he said, "Man, what made you make those plays?" He said, "Coach, I'm just doing what I got to do because I didn't want to lose that way." He said, "I want to lose." And so big ups to Billy Goat. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Malik Thomas, Clint, did you see the deny defense he had on that? I forget the guy's name, number 99, the one
Oh
that
yeah.
hit his first 2-pointer in the game before.
Oh yeah. No,
Dude,
it's phenomenal defense. The length of this team is really, I man, give High Point credit, man, because they were playing, a more talented team.
now I'll tell you something. I don't know if you noticed this, but that point guard Miller, he was very. Now I'm not comparing him to him. I'm comparing one aspect to him. He was very John Stocktonish in some way. Do you know
Okay.
what I'm talking about? In what way
Yeah.
he was John Stocktonish?
No, you're going to have to elaborate, but
He was a crafty cheater, Clint. He got away with some hooks and which Stockton did that because, Stockton wasn't as big as other guys. And Stockton would get away with using his hands and like some stuff that probably should have been called, like offensive fouls or things like that never would get called. And that kid was doing some of that kind of stuff. He was hooking when he would drive to the basket. He was pushing off with his hands. If you go back and watch it, dude, he was doing. There was a couple of times I'm like, man, he's getting away with some stuff. But I mean, the kid was athletic. He was quick. He was a great shooter. He was a great leader. I'm not dogging the kid. I'm just saying he knew what he was doing. Because you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right? So, rubbing's racing for the NASCAR fans out there.
well, if they're
So,
not calling it, then they're not calling it.
yeah, and
I'm just saying. Hey,
it wasn't just horrible stuff. I mean, it wasn't egregious. It was stuff that they let a lot of,
well,
it's probably
like
some stuff that some of our guys were getting away with too.
people used to complain that Michael Jordan palmed the ball every time he dribbled.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah,
mean, they're just people are going to complain that um, the great ones look like they're cheating. But I named a name there, Michael Jordan,
Michael Jordan. Yeah,
Jordan. Jordan had sneakers.
he did have sneakers.
He did have sneakers, and you're having a historical basketball season
Yeah,
when it's hard in this day and age to become the first person to do anything.
yeah,
But to be the first college player to have your own signature shoe
yeah,
while still in college.
yeah,
But Travis, this is why NIL was invented.
yeah,
It wasn't invented to buy players or all that. This is why it was invented, in my opinion. This is why it should have been around for Johnny Manziel. And Darius Acuff has had a season when you're getting compared to Allen Iverson.
yeah,
And you have the talking heads being like, yeah, that's okay.
yeah,
You have Allison Iverson being like, yeah, that's okay.
yeah,
I mean, everybody's like, no one has a problem with it being compared to AI. You deserve, you know,
yeah.
you deserve
Well,
something
and
like your
apparently,
own signature shoe. But go ahead and elaborate, Trav.
now he's been with Reebok all year. He's been wearing, or most of the year, he's been wearing a Reebok hoodie in a lot of his interviews. Now, contractually, he can't wear Reebok shoes in games. because Arkansas is a Nike school, right?
Right. Yeah.
So we have, I mean, even though players can pick out what shoes they wear, they got to be Nike shoes because that's who provides all the stuff for them, right? But he's had this relationship with AI. And but here recently, they put some videos of him and AI together, but it's like videos of them like from a camp this summer where AI and him are talking and stuff like that. And then now they announced that he's getting the shoe, so he's going to be along. They and which I don't know if you've watched that documentary about Shaq and AI.
I
They're
watched like the first episode. I didn't finish it.
they're it's not really a documentary, I guess. It's a docu series or whatever you call it, or reality show or whatever. But it's about Shaq and how him and Allen Iverson are now owners and helping run Reebok now. And so anyway, it's pretty awesome. I'm gonna be looking to see possibly getting some A cuff shoes. Are you?
I will not be buying A cuff shoes. I only wear Skechers slip-ins now, Travis.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I wear now.
Well, and
I've got a
that
pair of dress shoes. They're Skechers slip-ins. I got a pair of sneakers. They're Skechers slip-ins.
well, I'm a big fan of Skechers slip-ins myself.
There you go. I've just,
So
Skechers slip-ins. If you're out there, let me
that's
talk to
right.
you. Sponsorship.
If you're wanting to create a shoe,
Create a shoe.
I'm thinking
The
a
Hawg Slop one
a
is
Hawg
gonna
Slop
get.
one. That's it, baby.
Well, you can even go the big C, bigger T one. Well, I mean, either
That's
way, you
right.
go the whole
Whatever you
thing.
want to
The
call it.
unite.
Or we could do two different shoes. Let each of us design one or
But
something. I don't care.
it is crazy.
Okay,
But
seriously, Clint. Here we go. Ready?
okay,
If a shoe company was going to sponsor you and make a shoe for Clint Clark, Big C,
Mhm.
what shoe company would it be?
Well, Skechers. You're like, yeah, maybe. I mean, because that's why I wear Skechers. But
But
I'll
they
be willing.
also, one of their people, Snoop Dogg.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, one of their people, Snoop, and I think
and
Martha Stewart. So hey,
yeah,
both.
yeah.
But you know what? I'd go old school with it. How about Ruse, kangaroo?
Heck yes,
Have
dude.
the little
Yes.
pocket on the side.
Yeah. See, that's what
Like, oh
shoes
man,
need. You need
like where am I
somewhere
gonna
to.
keep this stick of gum in my sheath?
That's right. Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
that's what I'm thinking.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I
How
was
about
thinking
you?
for me, uh, I was thinking LA gear,
Yeah, that'd be a good one for you, LA gear.
except it'd be lower Arkansas gear for here.
Lower Arkansas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Travis, yes,
Yeah.
no. Have you ever worn Adidas without shoelaces?
Without shoelaces?
Yeah, like
No,
Run
not
DMC
without
style. Never,
shoelaces.
never done it.
Although I do own a couple pair of Adidas now.
Yeah.
Adidas are some of my go-tos right now too, as well as
I guess
on
because I did
clouds.
jujitsu so long, I'm more invested in like nice slides.
Yeah,
Now, I got work shoes, but then, if I'm just lounging around, I'm just wearing slides
yeah,
usually. So they take them
yeah.
on and off the mats.
All right,
Now,
that's enough of that. So up next we have Arizona, uh, for Arkansas. They're gonna be tough. Okay, they have a big front line, not the tallest front line we've played, but maybe one of the strongest front lines. I heard someone talking today. They're kind of that they would put Florida's front line's probably a little more athletic. Uh, they compared them a little bit to Michigan's front line, what we had to deal with them. But the difference is that Arizona's a little more balanced when it comes to they have probably better guard play to mix with their front line. They got a 7-2 guy who's, definitely good, big guy, scores down low. But then they got a couple 6'8 guys that are like 240. Okay. So they're big, strong, bounce you around kind of stuff. And so that's where this game's going to be difficult. But I got a question, Clint. In your opinion, Do you think that Cal was holding Pringle out to get him ready for this game?
I don't think so. I think he was legit hurt.
Okay.
I think he
Well,
legit
I
had
think he was
issues.
legit hurt, but I think he. Do you think he might have could have played in the last game, and Cal was like, "No, let's save you."
Maybe, but here's the thing: if you're going to put him in there, you got to take Ewan off the court. And why would you do that?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's the reality. Why would you take Ewan off the court? Um, no, but Trev, I do think Arkansas's got a chance against Arizona
Yeah,
because I mean, I was in there doing math in my head. They played at least 8 of the Sweet 16 teams
yeah,
already. There is literally nothing Coach Cal could do to get this team more prepared for this.
yeah,
Nothing. Not
yeah.
one single thing he could have
That's
done
right.
to get this team more prepared for this. Nothing. Um, if Arizona's the best team left in it, you know what? We've played Duke, we played Houston, played Michigan.
Yeah,
There's 5 SEC
Texas.
schools left.
Yeah, yeah,
So 8 of my, if this is just off the top of my head, 8 of the Sweet 16 schools we've played.
yeah,
So we've played talented teams, and
yeah.
Florida was a number one seed who got beat. Um, and I said this at the end of the day. I still believe when that game happens, the best player on the court is going to be Darius Acuff Jr.
Yep.
If you have the best player on the court, you've got a chance of winning. I'm not saying you're going to because Arizona has got a squad,
Yeah.
but Arkansas has got a legit chance in every game. There's 16 teams left, and Arkansas can win it.
Did you happen to watch the interview Cal did with Pat McAfee?
No, I didn't get to see that one.
Uh, one of the things he said in that was he said, "Look, in this game, he said I'm going to play Sealy," and he said, "And they don't have any film on him because I've only played him 2 minutes." He said, "So they don't know what they're getting." He said, and Cal said, he goes, "They don't know if he can shoot threes. They don't know if he can bang down low. They don't know what he's got." Which I'm sure they know more than that
Yeah.
because I mean they can pull up
Well, he got
highlights.
recruited to the University of Arkansas. They've seen high school film on him,
Exactly,
you
yeah.
know.
But I just thought that was interesting that he called his shot saying that he's going to play Sealy. Now let's see how much
It
he
could have been
plays Sealy.
gamemanship too, you
It could
know.
have been, very well could have been. You're right there. But I think there's a chance, and then of course a lot of Hog fans are talking about the possibility of Carter Knox coming back. I don't I don't know. Cal said earlier in the year if we make it to the Final Four, he could. But I think even if he does, man, you've been out this long and you've had an injury that's kept you out this long. You don't just throw somebody in and have them play a ton of minutes. I mean, you might get him in 4 or 5 minutes in a game or something like that just to give you some relief, or if you get some
Yeah.
foul trouble or something like that.
Well, just look what he did with Boogie Flan last year. He started off
Exactly.
like 10,
Yep.
12, and then it just slowly
Yeah.
ticked up. And I think me and you were in agreement that like we both felt really good with the ball in Boogie's hands towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I think, you got to work his way back in, but it wasn't like last year, like it was such a change because the difference between your point guard going down and then
Yeah.
power forward going down.
Yeah.
Uh, but
And Knox could be a lot of help in this game. He really
yeah,
could, just because he does have a little size to him and things like that. Now, I got something, Clint, that I wanted to get out there that in talking about this team and talking about our main player, okay, that everybody's talking about, even though I'm glad other players are getting a lot of publicity right now. But there's something that keeps frustrating me. And so, just as a public service announcement, I think I need to say it, and I need to say it with a little enthusiasm.
go ahead,
Okay.
Trav.
Folks, fans, people, stop it. Stop. Stop it, please. Talking about retiring Acuff's number. People are bringing that up on the radio. They're bringing it up on social media that we should retire Darius Acuff's number. I don't care if we win the national championship. Let's quit talking about retiring everybody's numbers. Hey, sure, if he does, if you want to hang a banner up, hang his number up in the stadium. Why does everybody think the only way to honor somebody is to retire their dang number so no one else can wear it?
Trev,
It
I'm
makes
going to
no
tell you,
sense.
sometimes Arkansas fans can be less than bright. I've heard people want to retire Matt Jones's number. No, look, I love Matt Jones.
Yeah.
He was fun to watch. There's no way number 9 should be retired over Matt Jones' account. I can just tell
And
you that.
look,
Right.
and
Matt
Darren,
Jones would tell you there's no way that number should be retired over his account.
well, and I'm even like this with the Darren McFadden deal. I like that they're honoring it. They're putting the patch or whatever. I think they should have like the Cowboys have their Ring of Honor or something like that. Put them up on the stadium, like so that when parents, a dad brings his kid into the stadium, hey, do you know who that wore that number 5? Best running back I've ever seen.
Well, like the
Right?
Cowboys, it's a big deal to be a Cowboy and wear number 88 as a wide receiver. It
Exactly.
is a very
Exactly.
big deal. I mean, it's passed down from generations before us. Now CD Lamb's wearing it.
And numbers mean a lot to these players, man. They
So
want to, there's kids that have picked schools because they can't get their number. I mean, look at pros will go in and a guy will, you know, pay big money to get a number. He gets traded to a team or signed as a free agent and he'll, pay a guy a backup, few $100,000 so he can get his number that he's always wore because it means a lot to him. So sorry, Clint.
no, good tangent. But
And
Trav,
I've even heard some radio hosts say they need to. Come on.
yeah,
Come
no,
on. Come
not
on.
gonna. Now, Trav, the baseball team this weekend. Now, I
Yeah.
just looked; they are pulling away from Central Arkansas
Okay, good.
finally in the fifth inning. Um, but I've they went to South Carolina and technically won the series.
Yeah.
But
Technically.
Trav, I was bullish on the baseball team at the beginning of the year. I'm now getting bearish.
Yeah.
Bearish. Um here's the thing. You straight up you win the first game. You straight up get blown out the third game. That's the middle game. And I don't a single play does not lose a game. But every now and then things happen like a pop-up foul ball falls between three of your players
Yeah.
and you can't undo it.
Yeah.
And that would have won the game. South Carolina had a play like that to win game two. No, and the guy got too
Muffed it.
jazzed up and threw it over the first baseman's head like he was me playing third base.
Yeah.
Um, but South Carolina won that series, Travis. They should have won the series. I mean, we'll take the W, we'll take the win. Um, this team being ranked number 4 is the ultimate respect to Dave Van Horn
Yeah.
because this team is not the fourth best team in college baseball.
No.
It's just not.
Yeah.
For what, and I'm not going to sit here and say Coach Thompson needs to be fired or whatever, anything like that. But this baseball team, I just don't think's an Omaha team. I think this is to get beat in the region, get beat in the regionals, maybe lose a super regional team. I just don't see this team making it to Omaha. I think I saw it during the game that their RPI is 62.
Yeah.
62. I just Travis, am I out of line here? But I'm just not seeing it.
No, is it Clint? This was a tough weekend, right? And you've said it. But to start out scoring 22 runs in the first game, wasn't it 22? 22
Yeah.
to 6, something like that. Okay. 22 runs. And the next morning, their coach gets fired. A guy who's a pretty well respected coach, right? I mean, they hadn't been doing well. So, I mean, it wasn't that big of a shocker.
I didn't know they fired the guy. I mean,
yeah, like overnight, fired him. Okay. So, the Saturday game that you're talking about that South Carolina almost won, they're playing it with an interim coach. Okay. Now, that interim coach has been with them, and I'm sure he's a great coach. But still, that's a heavy thing for a team to go through that night, right? And then to lose to them on Sunday, that makes it even tougher, Clint, to take
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Well, this is after splitting the series with Stetson.
Yep.
You lost a midweek game to A State.
Yeah.
You've
Of course,
I
I mean,
mean,
you win the series against Mississippi State, which was good, which is and they're a good team. But
but that
yeah,
but that's a home series. We expect that. I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of like, I don't know. It seems like maybe I'm being a spoiled Arkansas baseball fan. And it's not like I'm sitting here suggesting any coach be fired or anything like that.
no,
Not one single coach. Even if this team just ends up being a 2 seed in a regional and gets put out the first round, goes to Oklahoma State or North Carolina, wherever, and loses
yeah,
loses the regional, and we just okay next year they're going to regroup and they'll be fine.
yeah,
I have no doubt. I just don't know if this team has talent. It has talent, but sometimes a team just doesn't have it.
yeah,
It. And I'm not sure if this team has it.
yeah.
Who do we got coming up this weekend, Trav? I know we got a home series.
I think it's Florida. Is it Florida?
I have no
I think
idea.
it's.
That's
I
why
think
I asked
it's. I
you,
think it's Florida. I'm pretty sure it's Florida.
Travis.
I
I got to
listened
talk
to.
to you.
I listened to
Just,
Kozel.
just, just, just stop real quick.
Good
One of
interview
us
out
on
there.
this podcast has to do research, and we
Yeah.
both know it's not going to be me.
I'm
It's
pretty sure it's
not.
Florida.
Now, our next subject we're going into, I've done plenty of research on though.
What's that?
We got to finish. We got to finish baseball talk
Oh,
first,
okay.
Travis. I'm gonna.
But
I'm, I'm googling. I'm googling it right now. It's
I mean, yeah, Clint, it's just consistency. And once again, it's the big thing that's plagued this team.
and you're right, Florida.
Okay. I thought I was, but I wasn't real sure. Um, One of the things that's plaguing this team, that's plagued us in the past, is scoring with, I mean, getting, moving runners around once they're on base. We strand
Yeah.
runners on base. That's that seems to be the Achilles. And once again, hey, our hope is this. We got some guys that hit really well at their last school, some of these transfers that aren't necessarily living up to that yet. We need them to start remembering that they were hitters at their last school and start doing it here. But some of that is they're in SEC now and they're going against some pretty good pitchers, although they're not hitting against the non-SEC pitchers, so that may not be a good thing. The other thing is this: our pitchers are not, even though we have talented pitchers, they're not experienced pitchers. Does that make sense? Our
No,
our
no, you're right.
staff has not pitched a lot of innings.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm hoping they get together. Me and Travis are both pulling for them, but we're just
Yeah.
got. I mean, I'd a whole lot rather come in and be sunshine and rainbows instead of Mr. Doom and Gloom. But
Yeah.
I want to see this team turn around. You know what I think this
And I'm
team
not
needs?
doom and gloom yet,
I'm Doom and Gloom.
but we'll see.
You know what I think they need to turn it around, Travis?
I think I do know what they need. You think they need
You know,
to.
Mama made it. Mama made it.
Mama made it.
Some lemon pound cake, my friend. Mama's lemon
Oh
pound
my
cake.
goodness. Folks, listen, if you haven't got on the Afroman train yet,
Goodness gracious.
you need to do some research. Now be aware there's some of it that's going to have some
It's Afro
not
Man.
suitable for work, okay? Afroman is a rapper, singer, songwriter, artist.
Colorful personality.
Very colorful personality. They got famous for a little song. You might have
Because I
heard. You
got
may
high.
not have heard, but
Because I got high.
because I got high. Okay. So you can imagine what one of his favorite activities is. Well, apparently, Clint, right? how long ago was it? Was it a couple years ago?
3 years ago, I believe.
3 years
3 years.
ago. The sheriff in his county or whatever showed up to his house with a search warrant. They were looking for drugs, which
And kid apparently he had like a basement where he's keeping people, kidnapping.
yeah, there was some kind of like, yeah, human trafficking or something like that, or kidnapping or something like that. Now, the thing was, Afro Man had security cameras, right? So he
Yeah.
caught a lot of this. And of course, they didn't find anything. They found some money, and these officers had, while they were on camera, they ended up cutting the camera while they were, later on while they were there. But while they were there, they did some things like make some rude gestures to the camera. They were, but he had footage of all this stuff, right? They tore his door up, maybe messed his gate up or
They
something.
battered, rammed his door down.
Yeah, they knocked his door down, so messed it up. They took some money and like kept like $400 of it. Like he never got $400 of the money back once they figured out there was nothing there that was like they didn't find anything. He was never prosecuted for anything they had or anything like that, right? Well, Afro Man decided to get some revenge as only Afro Man could.
Right. Yeah. No, if you're, goodness, my man could write a diss track.
That's right.
He can write a diss. You don't want to be pissing them rappers off, I tell you that.
That's
'Cause
right. So,
you
so
got Drake and Kanye and that.
yeah,
Oh my goodness, boy, you
yeah.
got no,
Biggie
it's Drake and Kendrick
Tupac.
Lamar. Biggie and
Now we
Biggie
have Afro Man and Sheriff
and the
Dickens.
Adams County Sheriff Department.
So
Okay,
he wrote songs and made videos using his footage that he had taken from his cameras at his house.
right.
Distant. Now, the best one, and now some of the others, like I said, there's some, if you don't want to listen to some bad language and stuff like that, you got, but you can go as deep as you want to on it. But
And I've done a deep dive, my friend.
one of my personal favorites, and one of Clint's personal favorites, some too, was this one officer. Was it the chief or something? Like
You-
he was an older guy, so he was probably been there a while. He's walking through the kitchen and he ends up looking. It's a lemon pound cake that's on the dresser,
Now,
on
I
the
heard from
counter.
one of my coworkers that he actually opened it up and took a bite.
Yeah, after they cut the cameras,
Oh, he ate them.
he sliced a piece off and ate some of it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, but it wasn't on camera. So in the video, it just shows him walking by and staring at it, right? But then later on, after once they found where they could cut the cameras, like turns out he cut a slice or whatever. So anyway, well, here's the deal. So Afro Man writes a song, Mama's Lemon Pound Cake, and it is a banger. It's so
Yeah,
good.
it's very dude. If the Afro Man doesn't know anything else, he knows how to do a good singing song.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Repetitive, fun lyrics. That's what Afro Man
Yeah.
does.
And it's one that'll get stuck in your head. I was around some pound cake today and it popped in my head. I
He
sent
sent me a Marco Polo.
I sent Clint a message about it so he could get a laugh about it too.
I did get a good chuckle.
And so, but here's the deal, Clint. Those officers decided to sue Afro Man.
Yeah. Now, Trav, the entire thing, and you may have remembered this movie. It really reminded me. His behavior in the courtroom reminded me of the Peoples versus Larry Flint, and how Larry Flint behaved in the courtroom.
Yeah.
And dude, my favorite part of the trial was they're like, look at the way my client's dressed. Why would anyone take him seriously?
That's right.
Yeah.
And if you hadn't seen it, he's wearing like American flag suit. Like he's got just American flags all over.
It looks like someone just
tie.
sold a bunch of 8x10 American flags together.
That's right. Yeah. It's
He's
crazy.
wearing American flag sunglasses, has a fro.
That's right.
chop sideburns, goatee,
Yeah.
just looking like $1 million.
And there's some quality sound bites just from the like just go seriously, folks. Just go get
Just
on
go to his
YouTube
Instagram.
or Instagram.
Yeah, I will. OG Afro Man Instagram. Now, Trav, I did a deep dive on Afro Man's Instagram
Yeah.
because I'm like, once this trial came up, it's like this is better than Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. I tell you,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was that it didn't last as long, but it was some quality entertainment.
Yeah.
But so Afro Man's actually coming Monday, a week, less than a week away, to Victoria, Texas.
To
Here
your
now,
town.
and you get a meet and greet and everything for one price. I don't know if I can do it because it's at 9 o'clock at night, and that is my bedtime.
Yeah.
It's just like yeah, if I'm at that age, like
Yeah.
yeah, this sounds really fun. It starts at 9 now.
Yeah. And what's funny is Afro Man will be doing it at 9 o'clock, and he's older than both of us. So
Yeah,
uh
yeah.
he's
He doesn't have to. He doesn't work a 9 to 5
he's
though.
just cooler than us. That's all there
Yeah,
is to
he's
it. He's
cooler than
just
us.
cooler than us.
But yeah,
But
dude, it is.
listen,
Yeah.
if you want to be entertained, if you want a good giggle, folks, just check out the Afro
But
Man
they
stuff.
sued him for $3.9 million.
That's right. Yeah.
And apparently, all the verdicts were unanimous that Afro Man won, except for one. They about gave Lisa, I guess, two of them wanted to give Lisa some money.
Yeah.
But that was it. She was the only one that got any votes to get any money.
And like the scene with the guy with the lemon pound cake, just to kind of complete that one. Like when he's on the stand, they said, "Well, how were you hurt from this?" And he said, "People sent pound cakes to the precinct or whatever."
Like, I need some.
Like, how are you hurt by that, dude? You got free cake.
Yeah.
like Afro Man did you a favor. You got
And
cake
Afro
out of the
Man has won.
deal.
Afro Man's won so much more than $3.9 million
Oh my
off this
goodness.
thing. Like he is.
Oh, it's so good. This has just been thankful for the internet and thankful for just a world we live in where you got something like this. It's so funny, man. It is so stinking funny. So, folks, yeah, check it out. It's
So
so
okay, now Trav, we're coming to the end of our time. We're at the end of the podcast.
yeah.
I want to ask you a question. I saw this posted on Facebook, and I'm like, I need to see Travis Johnson's answer on this. I want to
Okay.
hear because I'll tell you my answer. Somebody had already took my answer, so I had to delete my comment. But
Yeah.
worst actor you can think of to play Luke Skywalker.
Oh, yeah. Seth Rogen.
Okay, that's a good one. See, I was like Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's even better. Yeah.
That'd be that.
Yeah.
Like how to
Yeah.
destroy a movie with one casting decision. Like, I
Like,
can't do the Bobcat voice. What was insane was Bobcat was married to Nikki Cox, and Nikki
yeah,
Cox
yeah,
was like
yeah.
that was one of them couples that like made zero
That's
sense.
right. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Like
right.
what?
No, I saw that too. I never answered it, but I
So I
was
ended up
thinking about it.
changing my answer. Like I don't
Zach
even remember who I
Galifianakis was another one I thought about
see,
too.
and I put in Paul Rubens, who I was substitute.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I went to put in a picture of Bobcat, and somebody had already posted Bobcat.
yeah,
I could be the second person suggesting Bobcat Goldthwait would have been the worst person to play Luke Skywalker. I'm like, yeah, let's put in Paul Rubin.
yeah,
Paul Rubin could have probably pulled it off. Not very
yeah,
well,
sir.
but he could have pulled it off.
Yeah. Have you heard about the Val Kilmer AI movie?
I have not.
Well, there's some folks are getting sort of up in arms about it. He had before he died, had already, in Top Gun Maverick, they did it, used AI to do his voice and that,
Right.
because he had the cancer and he couldn't talk properly or well enough to be understood very well. So they used AI to do his voice. Well, he had already signed a contract to do a movie that someone was working on. And before he died, and I think they were going to do the AI thing for his voice for it. Well, then he passed away. Now the people doing that movie wants to put him in it. totally AI. It's going to be Val Kilmer, talk like Val Kilmer, everything. He's just going to be an AI character in the movie. And his family has signed off on it saying it's okay to do. So, but now a lot of the actors are, are up, they interviewed Sean Ashton, who's over like some actor group or something,
Yeah.
and he's like, they're not happy about it because they don't want to replace actors with AI. So
Well, here's the
it's
thing:
kind of crazy.
everybody wants the paycheck, and
Yeah,
Val
that's
Kilmer's
right.
family wants the paycheck, and they want the paycheck.
That's
So
right.
everybody,
It's just crazy technology, right? Oh
yeah.
well. Well, Clint, dude. So uh Hogs, Arizona. Who wins?
I'm going to pick Arizona because I put them in my bracket. And look, and this is where I had us getting to. I had us getting to here.
Yeah.
Um, but that being said, we have a chance. We have a chance if we get the front court play out of Ewan and in Brazil, and we get some minutes out of hopefully we get some minutes out of Pringle to spell them guys a little bit. We can win. Um, but Arizona's got a good team. They're one of the teams I think a lot of people are predicting to win the tournament, not win the whole thing. Um, we can win, but I'm going to be picking Arizona, and I'm not happy about it.
I picked Arizona to win the whole thing, but I'm going to go Homer right now. Arkansas wins 90 to 87.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
I do too.
I'm
Now I
trying to
got
think.
another question for you,
All
just
righty.
for funsies. Who wins between Texas and Purdue?
I was trying to think of who I couldn't remember who those school. Purdue.
I think Purdue beats them
But
too.
Purdue's the better.
Texas has had a good little run here, and it hadn't been easy. When they played on, was it Tuesday night? Flew, got there at 4 in the morning in Portland. The next day, then play the next day against, in their first round game. Um, they've they're legit, man. But I think Purdue's just more talented. I
Yeah.
think they're going to beat them.
Now,
So
now, Travis, I was gonna ask you a question, but no, do you think two things? Number one, question for you real quick. Do you think the SEC didn't get enough respect during the season? Because look at how many teams we put in the postseason in the
yeah,
Sweet 16.
I've been I would say so. I think we just beat up on each other. I think the SEC was really good. I think it's a reminder, like we've said on here. Any SEC road win, any SEC win was a big win this year, and there's a reason why.
Well, I
I
think
mean, look at
I'd obviously probably put the Big Ten as the best conference
yeah,
this year, and then I'd probably put the SEC number two and the Big 12 number three.
yeah. I
Uh,
was like, I didn't pick this many SEC teams to make it this far.
no, I mean I think they were underrated, and the other thing are deep runs by non-power five schools. Done.
I think so. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's no non-power fives left. I mean, it's or power four or whatever. I mean, yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it's
it sucks because if you're in a group of five schools, I know there's more than group of five conference. I mean, but if you're in a mid-major conference,
yeah,
if you're in the Atlantic Sun, if you're in, I mean, your only hope to keep a job is show you can develop players,
yeah,
so someone can come raid your roster. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, and then hopefully, I mean, you look at Arkansas State's coach last year. He went from Arkansas State to South Florida.
yeah,
Now he's going from South Florida to Providence.
yeah.
I mean, just of
Yep.
course,
All
Providence, I
right.
believe, is a Big East school, so it's a power job. So
Well, folks, root on those hogs. Like, share, subscribe, all the things. And Clint, let's go hogs, baby.
we'll pick. Let's
Let's go, Hogs. Baseball team beat UCA, beat Florida, prove us wrong, make our worries go away.
Dude, I
And
tell you what, I
basketball
would love
team.
nothing more than to hop on this podcast next week with a big old plate of crow.
That's right. Yeah, we like to eat crow. We do. So, especially when it means the Hogs are doing well. So, yeah. So, Woo Pig Suey. And, folks, have a great week. Go Hogs.
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Listen, that's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning, I bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard ground so I can sow the seed. Ain't afraid of no aches and pain. Lord knows I gotta follow his lead. That's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come.